Hey spooky bitches, what's up? My name is Michaela and welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. Merry Christmas! I don't know what day it is when you're watching this, but the day that this is uploaded, it is Christmas, if you couldn't tell by all this we got going on. I moved into my new apartment and I don't have wall decor up, so I felt like putting something on the wall was better than just having it blank, but they're kind of not cute, very uneven. I just threw it up, but I have to leave for work soon, so we're just gonna ignore that. Like I said, it is Christmas, the day this video goes live, and I figured what better way to celebrate Christmas than to talk about some spooky shit. So today we are going to be talking about the just wonderful experience that is known as sleep paralysis. So before I go into like my experience with sleep paralysis, I am going to kind of talk about the background of it and like what the scientific, is that the right word? What like the cause of sleep paralysis is. And I'm also going to talk about how some people believe it is connected to the paranormal. So not everyone knows what sleep paralysis is. I didn't know what it was before I experienced it. So sleep paralysis is pretty much when your body is transitioning between REM sleep and like being awake. And it is when you're awake, but your body isn't awake. So your body is still paralyzed, but your mind, your eyes are open, like you can see everything around you. You can't move. That alone is scary enough, but it doesn't end there. Along with sleep paralysis, it is very common for people to see things in their room, hear things, or just like feel things, and it's fucking terrifying. I would not wish that experience on anybody. Like I fucking hate sleep paralysis. Many people only experience sleep paralysis once in their life, but a lot of people experience it multiple times. Like me, I experienced it probably close to 10 or more times within like a year. Episodes of sleep paralysis can last a couple seconds and they can last up to multiple minutes. There's no real cure to sleep paralysis. There's no medicine you can take. You just kind of have to deal with it, which kind of sucks. Sleep paralysis usually appears during like the later teen years, but anyone of any age can experience it. According to scientists, there are certain factors that can bring on an episode of sleep paralysis, such as lack of sleep, a change in sleep schedule, mental conditions such as bipolar or stress, sleeping on the back, which is fucking weird. Like, I will admit, pretty much every single time I've had sleep paralysis, other than one time it happened when I was on my back, but I feel like a lot of people sleep on their back, so I don't know what that would have to do with sleep paralysis. Like I said, it's really fucking weird. I don't know. And then also substance abuse can cause sleep paralysis, but that one's understandable. A lot of scientists believe that it is caused by factors as I just listed, but there are also some scientists that believe it is caused by paranormal stuff such as ghosts, alien visits, and it's widely considered to be the work of demons, but more specifically incubi, the plural of incubus, whatever it is. Incubi are thought to sit on the chests of their victims, I guess, and that's why a lot of people, when they have sleep paralysis, report like feeling a heavy pressure on their chest. And also in images depicted of sleep paralysis, there's always pictures of like little devil things like sitting on people's chests and shit. Various cultures have different names for the phenomena of sleep paralysis or the demon that like sits on you or comes to you in the sleep. So for example, sleep paralysis is referred to a panda fiche. I probably said that so wrong. I'm so sorry to all the Italians out there. It is referred to as a panda fiche attack in Italy. Among Italians, the panda fiche may refer to an evil witch, sometimes a ghost-like spirit, or a terrifying cat-like creature. Sleep paralysis to Cambodians is referred to as the ghost pushes down, and is also said to have dangerous visits from deceased relatives. And in Egypt, sleep paralysis is conceptualized as a jinn attack, and the jinn is said to even kill its victims. And then in the good old United States, sometimes sleep paralysis, people just say it's fucking aliens coming to abduct ya. I mean, because of course. We just love our aliens here in the good old USA. Some scientists believe that culture is a big impact in shaping sleep paralysis. So like, for example, if a certain culture fears sleep paralysis or has a big story about sleep paralysis, it is more likely that people will experience it more there than countries where sleep paralysis isn't really talked about or there's no scary belief behind it. So for example, there was a study done where they took rates in Egypt and rates in Denmark, and the rates in Egypt were much, much higher because, you know, like I said before, they have the whole jinn attack where it's believed you can be killed by this thing. And in Denmark, there's not really any supernatural belief in it. They just think it's a psychological thing that just happens due to circumstances with your sleep. I mean, it does make sense if you think about it more or fear more. It is more likely to happen because it's always going to be something in the back of your mind you're thinking about. But I also do believe that it has something to do with paranormal because of the way I experienced it. We're just gonna get right into that now. So I experienced sleep paralysis for the first time when I was 18. So that goes along with the whole scientific thing about, you know, young adult, teenage kind of years experience it. I experienced it when I lived in Florida and when I was living in a haunted apartment. And I'm just gonna say this now, I experienced it multiple times in this apartment, and I moved out of that apartment in 2016 and I have not experienced sleep paralysis since. So that's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I'm not saying it's ghosts, but it's ghosts. Like I said, I didn't know what sleep paralysis was before I experienced it. So I literally thought I was being possessed by the devil. I was so scared. That night I had actually been woken up before it happened by my cat. He jumped up on my desk and pushed some stuff off. And like the logical side of my brain knew that's what happened, but the scared side of me that just started living on my own was just like, oh, there's a fucking ghost that just threw everything off my fucking desk. Oh my God. So I turned on the lights and went back to bed because it was like 2 in the morning or something. And so I went to bed with the lights on. And then next thing I knew, I wake up and my room is pitch black. I was like, oh no. And then I realized that I couldn't move. And along with not being able to move, my whole entire body, you know the feeling you get when your leg falls asleep and it's kind of like that like staticky kind of feeling? My whole entire body felt like that. And I get that every time I get sleep paralysis. I don't know if that's a common thing that like a lot of people get, but I personally get it whenever I get sleep paralysis. So I couldn't move and I had that feeling all over. And so I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? And then that's when I saw a figure in the corner of my room. And at this point, I was just like, bitch, this is it, I'm fucking dead. I cannot even begin to explain to you the amount of fear I had in this moment. So there's this figure standing in the corner of my room. I can't fucking move. I start to feel like I am being lifted off the bed, but like very evenly. Like I was just like levitating, and then I started moving like to the side. I was freaking the fuck out, and I was trying to scream, but my mouth was closed. And so this is a common, sorry if you see my cat's tail, she decided to jump up on my lap. This is a common thing for me when I got sleep paralysis, is that I would try to scream, but my mouth was closed, and it never happened when I was around anyone, so I don't know if I was actually like making noise. And so I'm trying to scream, I'm like trying to move, but my body just will not move. And then all of a sudden it just stops. And I wake up, my light's on, like everything's fine. And when I say I did not fall asleep until the sun came up, bitch, I was petrified. I had no idea what, I literally thought a demon just tried to fucking possess me. Like the next day I go to college, and I was telling my friends about it, and I'm like, guys, if I die, this is why, like, a demon is in my apartment and is trying to possess me. And they're like, that's sleep paralysis, like, you're fine. And so I looked it up, and it's definitely what it was. So that was the first of many, many, many sleep paralysis experiences to come. And most of them were pretty similar. You know, I woke up, had the pins and needle feeling. A lot of the times I felt like I was being lifted. One time I was laying on my side when I got it, and I couldn't see anything, but I felt a presence like right behind me right here, but I couldn't turn to look at it. And that was almost more terrifying than actually seeing something, because oh God, like I cannot, no words will ever be able to express the feeling of sleep paralysis and how just fucking terrifying it is. And it's like, after I got it a lot, I begin to, you know, recognize like, okay, this is sleep paralysis, and I would focus a lot on like moving my arms, because I would slowly be able to start to, you know, kick myself out of it once I like calm myself down and like, this is sleep paralysis, just calm down, just focus on your movements. But yeah, I experienced, like I said, at least 10 times, probably more. I stopped counting after a certain point, but the second I moved out of that apartment, I stopped experiencing it, which I thought was really fucking weird. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I personally think sleep paralysis does have some connection to it, because it doesn't make sense why you would see a figure. Like it would be one thing if you just were paralyzed and couldn't move. Okay, that could easily be explained, but why do you see shit? Why do you feel shit? Like why, I don't know. Science, explain, please. I recently, in this apartment, have been, I wouldn't call it sleep paralysis, but I have been experiencing things to where it's harder for me to move, but it's like I'm still dreaming when it happens. Like the past couple of nights, I'll be in my dream, but at the same time, be like waking up, but I'm still like seeing my dream. I don't see my room. And I'll like, it's been my arm mostly that I'll like try and move my arm, and it just feels like I'm in like some kind of like tar, and it's just like really hard and really like, I just have a really hard time moving my arm, and then finally I'll like snap out of it and like wake up. And I don't know if that's like the start of a sleep paralysis episode. It's different than when I used to experience it, because I got really good at being able to catch when I would be slipping into sleep paralysis, because like I said, I got that like pin and needle feeling. So whenever I would feel that feeling coming on, I would just sit up and be like, bitch, we ain't doing this tonight. Not tonight, demon, sorry. So I've been experiencing that lately, and I don't know what it is. I'm not scared during it. I'm very aware, but like I said, I'm also still dreaming, so I don't know what the fuck that is. But I just hope I don't experience it again. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that talking about it doesn't bring it to me. Yeah, that's kind of it for this video. I just felt like talking about some fun sleep paralysis experiences. I hope you had a nice Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. If you don't celebrate anything, I hope you have a nice Wednesday. And next week's video is gonna be so exciting. My friends and I are going back to the Jerome Hotel and are spending the night again. And so that video, I'm so excited for, and I hope you guys are excited for it too. So I will see you guys next week with that video. If you want to keep up with me between uploads, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mitchie. And remember to stay spooky, friends, and I will see you guys next week.